Eating healthy is one of the major things I've done over the last few months to help me lose weight. Based on my height and current weight, I determined that around a 1,200 calorie a day diet is what is best for my current lifestyle. So this is what I eat in a day to lose weight. With the 1,200 calorie diet, I have to be pretty strategic about what I can and can't eat and when I eat. So I pretty much stick with the three basics of the day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My breakfast rarely ever changes. It is the one constant food that I almost always eat, and that is yogurt. It's not your basic yogurt. It's a whole yogurt parfait situation. The first thing that I like to do is chop up my fruit. So starting with an apple. Trader Joe's has these gala apples. I don't know if it's like just an in-season thing because I don't really ever see them during the summer. So maybe it's like a fall winter product that they have. But they have these tiny gala apples and they're so cute and so small and they're only 80 calories. So I chop up the entire apple to put into my yogurt. Next up, I usually chop up about 1/4 cup of blueberries. Now I know it's dramatic to cut up blueberries. They're already really small, but I don't know, something about blueberries. I don't like them by themselves, but I like them in things, but I like them to be like small enough to where I can kind of taste them, but the other flavors of whatever else I'm eating overpowers them. So I'm dramatic and I like to cut them up. 1/4 cup of blueberries turns out to be around 21 calories. Next up is grapes. I think grapes are currently in season. I've been eating them over the last month or so because they've been really sweet. Usually I like to chop up about 1/3 cup of grapes. The ones that I've been getting are kind of larger, so it is better to cut them up in my personal opinion, just so like when you scoop up all of the fruit and the yogurt and the magic together, it is like taking a bite of everything at one time versus like only a grape. And 1/3 cup of grapes usually runs about 23 calories. So next it's time to assemble. The yogurt that I get is from Trader Joe's, as is everything in this video. I am a Trader Joe's aholic like so many other people out there. It's really fantastic. Anyways, this yogurt is a dairy-free yogurt. It's a cashew yogurt and it is fantastic. I really stand by it. I love it so much. It's better than any other dairy-free yogurt I've ever tried. So I'll put that entire cup of yogurt into the bottom of a larger bowl and that yogurt runs at 140 calories. So next up, I'll dump all the fruit on top of the yogurt. Then I sprinkle some cinnamon on top. I don't know what it is about cinnamon. I just feel like it's like the season for cinnamon, you know? Like I put it in a lot of things. It goes in my coffee every morning, always goes on my yogurt. It's just that like one spice I feel like I need during this time of the year. Next, I put some granola on top. The granola I have is a peanut butter granola. I usually use about a tablespoon of that, which comes out to be 65 calories. And lastly, I top it all off with some honey. I usually try to use around 1/2 tablespoon of honey. I kind of eyeball it if I'm being honest, but I've measured it enough that I can kind of tell. And that turns out to be 30 calories. So in total, my entire breakfast is 359 calories. Obviously, this is a lot more work than a lot of people do for breakfast, but I'm really extra and this gives me a lot of extra things that I need in my diet. The apple really gives me that extra fiber and energy boost that I need every day. And then the peanut butter granola helps me out a lot because it has a lot of protein in it, and I am a pescatarian, so sometimes I really struggle to get the amount of protein that I actually need in a day. On to making the infamous but basic avocado toast. I like to start out by frying up an egg, and I use olive oil spray first to make it not stick. And if you have not gotten into the trend of olive oil spray, please let me be the person to tell you about it. It's magical. They have it at Trader Joe's. I'm sure they have it at other places as well, but it does really cut down on your calories a lot. When I first started counting calories, it was one of the things I realized I was messing up on. I didn't realize there were so many calories in olive oil, so that was a lot of calories I was wasting and couldn't figure out why I wasn't losing weight. So when I figured out that the olive oil spray doesn't have any calories in it at all, it really was a game changer for me. So I sprayed it at the bottom of the frying pan, and then I crack one egg directly into the pan. I've really been into fried eggs recently. I don't know, I'm on a kick. But you can make whatever kind of eggs you want if you do end up trying out this recipe. And then of course I have to put some everything but the bagel seasoning on top. While that's going, I put a slice of bread into the toaster. The bread that I'm using is from Trader Joe's. It is a sprouted sourdough bread. So while all that's going, it's time to cut up the avocado. I like to get the teeny tiny ones from Trader Joe's only because I can eat an entire one in one setting. The regular sized avocados, I can't do that with. Usually I can only eat half, and then I have to save it, and avocados turn bad really quickly, and it just turns into like a whole mess that I don't want to deal with. So I like to get the baby avocados, and those turn out to be 160 calories. So once everything's kind of done, it's time to assemble. I put the toast obviously down at the bottom. Next, I put some cheese on top of the toast. I use the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda, and I usually only use half a slice, which is 30 calories. Next up, I smash some avocado on top, and then I put some everything but the bagel seasoning on. Last, I throw the fried egg on, which is right around 70 calories, and then I actually put the entire concoction back into the frying pan for about 5 minutes on low, just so the cheese can melt and the avocado can heat up a little bit, and it turns into a nice blended piece of magical heaven. So my entire lunch turns out to be 350 calories. Okay, so ignore my wet hair, but it's officially time to make dinner. And I'm gonna talk to you all about it while I put a bajillion products in my hair. If I'm being honest, the thing that changes up the most in my diet is my dinner. It's never very consistent. For dinner tonight, we're going super duper healthy and are kind of gonna make a grain bowl situation. Definitely rice and black beans, some zucchini, some butternut squash, definitely some spinach, and I have some Brussel sprouts we're gonna throw in there, and then we'll put some kind of sauce on top. Okay, I'm done with my hair, so let's go to the kitchen. Oh, my power went out, so that's why that's blinking, but we're gonna do 425. So first up, I am chopping up all of my vegetables. We're starting off with a cup of Brussels sprouts, which is right at 40 calories. Then I decided to cut up just half of a zucchini so I could use the other half the next day. And chopping that up turned out to be a little bit over a half a cup, which is right around 13 calories. Then I threw in a cup of butternut squash. 1 cup of butternut squash turns out to be 54 calories. Then I threw in some white onion, about 1/3 cup, which is about 22 calories. Then I tossed it all together with a bunch of seasonings. I am the queen of seasonings. I go really hard because I hate bland food. It's not fun for anybody. I don't get why people do it. I will list all the seasonings I used below, but to name a few: salt, pepper, obviously, garlic. Smoked paprika is my newest favorite seasoning. If you've never had it, I would give it a shot. It gives everything a real smoky flavor, like you put bacon in everything, but obviously there's not bacon. It's so bizarre, but so great at the same time. And then I also threw about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar in, which is right about 10 calories. Next, I put all the vegetables onto a sheet pan to go into the oven. So I threw all the vegetables in the oven for about 25 minutes. And while that's going, I cooked up about 1/4 cup of white rice, and I made some black beans. In my black beans, I like to put in garlic, jalapenos, and a little bit of red onion, which all are essentially right at no calories, so I did not count them in my calorie count. After the vegetables were done, I threw a handful of spinach in for about 4 to 5 minutes just to kind of wilt it down a little bit since it cooks so quickly, and that ended up adding about 7 calories to my total count. So then I assembled it all together. I ended up only using 1/3 cup of black beans, which comes out to 110 calories, but I did put all the vegetables I cooked up on top. And lastly, I topped it off with the Chipotle sauce from Taco Bell. I used about a tablespoon of the Chipotle sauce, which equals 55 calories. Wow, so good. This sauce, man, if you don't have it, I know it's weird that it's Taco Bell sauce, but it's so freaking good. I try to stay away from dairy as much as possible, and this says it has milk in it, but I really feel like it's worth it. Just a little bit goes a long way. It's really spicy in like the best possible way. All right, I'm gonna eat this and watch some Disney Plus. So in total, my dinner was 480 calories. So for my entire day, my calorie count is 1,189 calories. It does leave a few extra. I'm sure there's a few places where I had a few extra calories or a few less somewhere in there. I do try my best to measure, but sometimes I'm a little off, and that's okay. I am very lenient with myself. I always try to stay under 1,300, but if I go a little bit over 1,200, it's totally fine. It's all about having balance. So that's it. That's what I eat in a day to lose weight / kind of maintain my current weight. Counting calories is not always super fun, and I'm well aware that it can be annoying and I don't love to do it. However, it is the only thing that's really helped me. I have tried so many things. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I went to a nutritionist about 6 months ago. That didn't really work. I have tried being vegan. I've tried being vegetarian. I've tried being dairy-free, which I still basically am. I've tried a lot of things, and this is the only thing that has worked. This is what I ate in a day this week, but it can be different just depending on what I do that day. I do work out a lot, and I go to hot yoga a lot. I typically burn 400 to 500 calories in those classes, which means I eat more food. So let me know if you want to see a video where I show you what I eat in a day when I work out. Also, I need to know if you have ever or are now going to try the Chipotle sauce from Taco Bell now that you've seen me talk about it. I just need to know how everybody else feels about it, or if I'm the only weird person that goes to Walmart and buys Chipotle sauce from Taco Bell. I hope it's not just me. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. And with that, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.